Hey guys, Garlic here with another 2004scape video for you. Before we get into this one, I just want to say a massive thank you to you guys. We have just hit 1,500 subscribers, which is absolutely wild, and I am planning on doing another event similar to the one that we did for 1k subs, where there'll be some sort of thing that we do in game, and there'll be some sort of giveaway. It'll be a little bit like the hide and seek, but I'm going to do something a little bit different this time around, so hopefully you guys are excited for that. I will let you know in advance when the stream will be for that. If anyone wants to donate to the prize pool like they did last time, that would be very much appreciated. It will make it a bit more exciting because I don't have like the biggest bank in the world. So last time with the hide and seek event, you guys really helped me out with that. So if you want to do that again, then join the Discord and there's a channel in there for it, or you can just PM me in game and come and trade me. But other than that, guys, we're going to get into today's video, and I wanted to make a video on all of the upcoming updates. We have just turned into May from April, and I thought this would be a good time to go through all of the future updates that came out in June. I'm planning on doing like this as a series, so basically like the month before the month where there's updates, then I'll make a video on the updates coming in a month. Sort of gives you like a whole month to prepare for any updates that are coming out. So obviously it's just turned May now, so we'll do a video for the June updates. When it turns into June, I'll do another video for all the July updates, if that makes sense. I think Serenity has made a video on this already, but I've been planning on doing this for ages. I just didn't want to release it too far in advance of the June month. So we're just going to do the video anyway and put our own little twist on it. So we're going to jump in and go through the updates that are coming out in June. The game is currently in the version of the game from the 18th of May 2004. There are no other updates in May after that date. So we're going to jump right in and go for the June updates. And we're going to start off with the 1st of June. There was an update to the friends list high scores. You can see here it says, now when logging into the secure area of the site, you can see a special set of high score tables with only you and your friends' names in them, making it easier than ever to see how close you are to beating your friends in a skill. Now, basically, I'm not sure whether the Lost City guys are planning on implementing this. Obviously, this isn't like a game update. This was a high score update on the website. So it'd be interesting to see whether they decide to, put that onto their high scores. It may just be something that, if it's not an actual in-game update, they choose not to do. But that was the first update in June from Jagex back in 2004. The next update in 2004 in June, though, was quite an interesting one. On the 2nd of June, we had the Elemental Workshop quest released. And you can see here it says, hundreds of years ago, a mineral was found that had the ability to absorb, transform, or focus magic. For many years, the knowledge of this material was lost, but now there has been talk of the rediscovery of this ore and the machinery to work it. See if you can reacquire the lost knowledge of elemental ore in the new Elemental Workshop quest. And this quest requires level 20 mining, level 20 smithing, and level 20 crafting. And if you complete the quest, you are rewarded with 1 quest point, 5,000 crafting XP, and 5,000 smithing XP, as well as the ability to make and equip elemental shields. Now, the elemental shield was quite a cool item. The only stats it gave was a +6 magic defense bonus. So it was maybe not the best depending on what you were using, but it was a good shield to be using when you were using magic, because it has no negative attack bonuses, and it does give you that magic defense bonus. So could also be used when you're ranging things like dark wizards or something like that. That could be a kind of an interesting use case for it. We'll have to see what people, come up with on the best places to use that shield. It also just looks super cool. And just a quick note on the Elemental Workshop quest. I know that the Elemental Helmet is in old school. That was not actually released until October 2006 with the Elemental Workshop 2 quest. So the Elemental Shield is the only piece of elemental gear that you can get from the first quest. Also on the 2nd of June, at the same time that the Elemental Workshop quest was put into the game, there were some thieving changes that were added. You can see here it says, we have also reduced the amount of time you are stunned for when you are caught thieving, which should be good news for the kleptomaniacs amongst us. I'm pretty sure that when they did this, they actually halved the stun timer time. So I think at the moment it's like 8 seconds. I think this was reduced to 4 seconds. So that's going to be super nice for thieving RD Knights especially. Really looking forward to that change. It's going to make thieving way less stressful to train. Obviously, for those of you that are already like doing things in between the stun timer, like fletching or alking and stuff like that, maybe not as good of a change. But I mean, overall, it's just going to be faster thieving XP, which is going to be super nice. After that, though, we're going to move on, and on the 8th of June, there was an update that improved agility and did fix some bugs as well. So the update post says, today we updated agility to be much more effective at helping you restore your run energy. The previous effect wasn't very noticeable, so it's been improved. The same agility level now decreases the restore time by approximately 50% more than it did previously, so hopefully will be a bit more worthwhile now. This is super cool. Obviously, run energy is the bane of everyone's life in 2004scape. Even when you train high agility, it does get better, but I am all for any improvements that they make to that system. So 8th of June, run energy and agility levels are going to be a bit more effective, which is going to be super, super good. And they also did fix a couple of bugs. Now, I'm not 100% sure whether all of these bugs are currently in 2004scape, or whether some of them were missed. I'm not sure. But I'll just go over what Jagex did fix in this update, and then we can see whether maybe some of you in the comments can let me know if you've noticed any of these particular bugs in-game. So they said they fixed the bug with fishing, where the animation didn't always run in the right place, and where large crowds in one place made the fish vanish. Now, I have seen the fishing spot vanish when there's too many people, so that would be nice to get fixed. They also made random event NPCs appear on top of other players in crowded situations, so you don't accidentally miss them. Also, a very, very nice quality of life update there, especially if you're like sat in the Varrock West Bank on World 2, and you just can't see any genies or mysterious old men that might teleport you. Being able to see them on top of everyone else, super, super useful. They also fixed the bug with the chat and friend list, sometimes failing to work reliably if you try to use them and smith at the same time. Now, I've not ran into this, so I don't know how that's meant to work or how it does work currently in game. But if you've noticed anything to do with that, then that might be getting fixed on the 8th of June. They also fixed the bug which caused the client to occasionally lock up. Again, it's a different client to the one Jagex used, so I don't think that's going to be I don't think that's going to be relevant here. Also fixed the bug with the welcome screen, sometimes displaying the wrong message. Again, I don't think this is a thing in 2004scape. And also fixed the bug with the cinematic camera scenes, sometimes pointing at the wrong height. Again, not sure if that's relevant or not. They also said that they did lots of other minor fixes, but they haven't listed them and I couldn't find them anywhere. So maybe some other things that get fixed there. Moving on from that, though, on the 14th of June, this is the big one that everyone is looking forward to. Special attacks were added, as well as in-game player moderators. So I'll just go over the in-game player moderators first, because there's not much to talk about here, but they said, we are very pleased to announce today the introduction of in-game player moderators. These moderators are trusted RuneScape players who have been handpicked by Jagex staff to help keep the game a fun and safe environment for everyone else. As well as being normal players, they also have the privilege of sending in priority abuse reports and can also mute players who are breaking our chat rules. To help you spot moderators in-game, we have added 2 crown icons which will appear next to a moderator's name in the chat log when they speak. So they have the silver P-mod crown and then the gold J-mod crown. Now, I'm assuming they will add in the crowns for the mods in-game after this update, because they don't currently have anything. I don't know whether the Lost City devs are thinking about adding in player moderators with the P-mod crowns. I've not heard any confirmation that that's something they're going to do, but I mean, if they are planning on doing that, then that would be the update to add it in, obviously, with the P-mod crowns and the gold crowns for staff. So maybe keep your eye out for seeing any of those in the chat box. Would be kind of cool. And then obviously the big one here is the special attacks, and the news post here, they've said, today we have introduced some special attacks to a variety of members-only weapons. The dragon weapons, Excalibur, rune-throwing axes, and magic bows now all have different special attacks. There are many types of special attacks, from temporary boosts and stats to strikes, dealing for extra damage. And they've also said there, in the combat interfaces of these weapons, you will now notice a new special attack bar. If you click on the bar, your character will initiate a special attack and use up some of your special attack power. Different special attacks use up different amounts of power, and if you do not have enough power for a special attack, then you can't do it. Your special attack power will slowly restore over time. Expect more types of special attacks on future weapons. So that's super good. Obviously, I've made a video already on the special attacks, so if you want to see what weapons will have them and which ones will be added later in the game, then I'll leave a link in the description. Go check out that video. There were also some other changes during this update as well. So there was some changes to mining rocks and thieving from stools. So basically, the new RuneScape launch inadvertently made it harder to gain resources from these competitive situations where 2 or more people are trying to get the resource at once. Since only one person could ever get the resource at a time, we've now fixed it back to the old behavior where if both people are successful at the exact same time, they will both get the resource. So I know recently there was a change to thieving where only one person could get the resource from the stalls. So it looks like that was reverted on June the 14th. So that would be nice because that can be pretty annoying. They also have made a change to treasure trail clues. So during this update, they also made 2 more different NPC types drop treasure trail clues. Happy hunting, they say. I tried to find out which ones they were added to. I can't find anything concrete, but I think it's the Thief and the Alcarid Warrior for easy clues. If anyone knows anything different to that, please do let me know. I couldn't find anything concrete. But when I was looking at the NPCs that drop clue scrolls, I was looking at like a future version of the wiki, and it looks like the Thief and the Alcarid Warriors should drop easy clues. And this was, I think I checked this for like later on in the year in 2004. So might not be completely accurate, but I'm assuming it's going to be the Thief and the Alcarid Warrior. But if anyone knows for sure, then please do let me know in the comments. And there was also a change on the 14th of June as well for the Strange Fruit. They increased the amount of run energy that they restore. So I believe at the moment they only restore 10% run energy, and I think this goes up to 30% run energy. So a pretty nice change there for your Strange Fruits. That's going to take us on to the 21st of June, though, where they did an update with various tweaks to the game. And the news post just says, today's update is a small one to make a few minor tweaks to the game. Some of the more noticeable changes are: the stone border around the edge of the game window is now narrower. This is to make the game fit better for people running at 800 by 600 resolution. I don't think this is going to affect anyone right now, but maybe. The actual 3D view area is still the same size. This is just less wasted space now. Again, don't know how relevant that is. They also made the chat scroll is brighter now to make chat easier to read, which I guess is cool. This one, though, this is a pretty big one I know a lot of people have been looking forward to, is when you click to use an item, it now has a white outline to show that it is selected. So 21st of June, we will get the white outline when using items. I feel like this is going to be like, it's going to feel so weird seeing that now after playing for like a while now without it. But I'm sure a lot of people will be very happy to hear about that one. They also fixed several cases where using 2 objects together only worked one way around. So you should be able to now use, it shouldn't matter which item you use on which, you can do it both ways. I'm not sure which items that was happening for. I've not ran into that myself. Maybe if anyone knows, then you can let me know in the comments. They also fixed a bug which meant the Ivan staff could be wielded at level 49 despite the requirement meant to be being 50. Again, don't think this really matters because no one's going to be using it. It's such a pain to go and recharge the staff. But I guess there you go. You won't be able to wield it at level 49 anymore. They also fixed a couple of dig site bugs where it sometimes didn't recognize that you had the required items. Now, again, I don't know if this was a bug that the Lost City devs have like intentionally put into the game because it was a bug back in the day, or whether they just made dig site quests work. But if anyone has been running into any bugs, that should be fixed after this update. They also fixed the bug with a treasure trail puzzle box where it occasionally didn't recognize you completed it. Again, I've not ran into this myself, so I'm not sure if that is currently a problem in the game. And they made lots of other minor changes and fixes, so we'll have to see if the Lost City devs change any other little tweaks. I'm sure you'll be able to read about it all in the patch notes. Moving on though, on the 28th of June, there were lots more improvements. Jaggets say here, today's update makes a variety of small improvements to RuneScape. Bigger friends list for members. Oh my god, I cannot wait for this one. As a new members benefit, you now get twice as much space on your friends list, giving you a total of 200 slots. My friends list has been full for so long now. I feel bad because people PM me in game all the time and I have to like get rid of someone on my friends list to respond to them, and I just feel bad like removing people and it stresses me out. So having another 100 slots, I cannot wait for that. Might not affect a lot of you guys, but what can I say? I've got more friends than you. Deal with it. Also, multiple hit splats during combat. So if a player or monster is being attacked by multiple opponents or is taking damage very rapidly, the game will now show multiple damage indicators at once, making it much easier to see how much damage is being dealt. The total damage received is the same, it's just shown more clearly now. This is very nice, obviously just more clarity to see when things are taking damage. That's always a good thing in my book. They've also made it so NPCs are better at retreating. They say we've improved the intelligence of the NPCs a bit, such that if they are being attacked from beyond the edge of their wander zone, they will now run away rather than just standing there. So you know that's kind of a good change. Obviously, maybe a bit more annoying for some safe spots, but it is kind of a good thing that they don't just stand there like an idiot now. They also made some changes to music and sounds and how they work. So I don't know if this is relevant at all to 2004scape. They basically said that we found that some music and sounds weren't working when you select the Sun Java plugin. We're still working on reaching 100% compatibility. Again, don't know if that's actually used in 2004scape, so that might be irrelevant completely. And another update on the 28th of June, which is kind of an interesting one I wasn't aware of, is that they fixed the Dragon Spear special attack. So there was a bug which meant that attacking a player with the Dragon Spear special attack did not give a PK skull in the wilderness. Now, I'm assuming this is because the skull was like coded to only like appear if you do damage to someone, and obviously the Dragon Spear doesn't do damage, it just pushes them back and stuns them. So I guess that was an oversight on Jagex's part, where if you weren't doing damage but you were still Dragon Spear specking, you didn't get skulled, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. So that was fixed on the 28th of June. I do just want to mention as well, I'm not sure when the actual date is going to be for the update. Obviously, they're not going to release, as far as I know, they're not going to release like every individual update on every individual date throughout June. Like, they're not going to start with like the new Friends List high scores on the 1st of June, and then Elemental Workshop on the 2nd of June, and then agility improvements on the 8th of June. I don't think they're going to go through it like that. I think they'll pick like a date in June and then just drop everything up to that point on that one date. So I don't know, I'm not sure when these updates will be added, but I'm assuming if special attacks and the 28th of June update are added all at once, then obviously the Dragon Spear special attack bug with not getting schooled will never be in the game, because it'll all be just one big update. If anyone does have any information on when the exact date they're going to plan to drop June's updates, then let me know. Not when they're going to drop the update, but like when they do drop the update, like at which date throughout June are they going to sort of have the cutoff point, is what I'm asking. On the 29th of June, though, they did another update which made it easier to rearrange the bank, which is going to be beautiful. Rearranging the bank at the moment is such a pain in the ass. But they say here, we've added a couple of new options to make it easier to keep the contents of your bank arranged if you want to. At the bottom of the bank screen, you will now see two buttons marked Insert and Swap. Swap mode is the mode that you're used to, whereby an item is dragged to a new slot. It swaps places with the item that was already there. That works exactly the same as it does at the moment. And then insert mode is a new option where if you drag an item to a new position, it causes like everything to the right of that item to be like slid along one, and it just inserts itself rather than swapping the items in the bank. This is really nice. I can't wait for just easier bank management. It's been such a pain in the butt to do. They also said as well, it's now easier to move items a long way across your bank. So if you now drag an item to the top or the bottom of the bank window, the window will automatically scroll up and down for you, this is probably, I like this update more than the insert option, to be honest, because at the moment you have to like drag your item all the way up to the top of where you're scrolled to, and then you have to scroll the bank up again and then do it again until you get to the top of the bank or the bottom of the bank. So just being able to scroll through the bank while clicking and dragging, super, super nice update. Also on the 29th of June, this is a pretty big one. The Priest in Peril quest gets added. They say here, King Rold of Varrock has recently found communications with the temple guarding the eastern border of Mistalin has been abruptly cut off. Anxious that something may have happened to his close friend Drezel, he is seeking volunteers to go forth and discover what the problem may be. Those in search of adventure should make their way to see King Rold in Varrock Palace immediately to set forth on the Priest in Peril quest. Now, the Priest in Peril quest, it doesn't actually have any level requirements, but you do need to be able to kill 2 level 30 NPCs, and the rewards for this quest are 1 quest point, 1,406 prayer XP, the Wolfbane Dagger, and why this quest is so huge is that it unlocks the route to Canaphis. So this quest will actually add Mauritania to the game, which is pretty exciting. It's like the first big like content expansion when it comes to like new areas on the map. There are a few things that like are in Mauritania and Old School that won't be in the game when this quest comes out. So I'll just run through a few things that won't be in the game. So the Nature Spirit quest was not added until July 2004. The Shades of Morton quest, the minigame, was not added until October 2004. The Haunted Mine quest was not added until December 2004. The In Search of the Myrek was not added until January 2005. The In Aid of the Myrek was not added until March 2006. The Great Brain Robbery quest was not added until the March 2007. Cabin Fever was not added until February 2006. Rum Deal was not added until October 2005. Darkness of Hallavale was not added until September 2006. And then a couple of big ones that are quite important. The Creature of Fenkenstrain was not added until January 2005. That was a nice quest because it unlocked the experiments, which were very, very good to train on. So not until January 2005 for experiments. And then the Ghosts Ahoy quest was not added until February 2005. And that is what gave you the Ectophile. And that's also when the Ectofuntus was added into the game for some more prayer XP training methods. Slayer Tower, obviously, not added until Slayer. That's January 2005. And Barrows, obviously, not added until May 2005. There was also an expansion in October 2004 when more things were added in. So, obviously, the Shades of Morton was October 2004. But along with that, there was an expansion to Mauritania that added a few new things in. So currently, when we get the Priest in Peril quest in Mauritania, there will be no leeches, there will be no ghouls, there will be no vampires, there will be no blamish snails either, which gave you the blamish snail oil, which would be kind of cool to see because you get 80 XP for a Harrowlander use, which could be kind of good, and also the snail helms, or the snelms as they're known. So those things won't be added just yet, but everything else, you know, Mauritania, new area, should be pretty fun. Some new shops, Canifis, all that good stuff. So very, very much looking forward to those updates. But yeah, I think that's basically every single update in June. Obviously, we'll do another one of these videos when we get into June for the month of July. I hope you guys found this interesting. Hope you guys found it useful. Maybe you've have come up with some new methods or some ideas of what you want to prepare for and get ready to do, depending on which updates you're more interested in here. So that should be pretty cool to see. If anyone does have any clarification on when the cutoff point is going to be, are they going to plan on dropping are they just going to drop the updates in June up until the 14th for special attacks? Are they going to go all the way and drop all the updates up to the 29th of June? If anyone has any information on that, please do let me know. I'd be very interested to hear. And hopefully we'll see these updates soon because I'm very excited for them. But other than that, guys, once again, thank you very much for the 1.5k subscriber milestone. It's awesome to see. We will be doing an event soon. If you want to donate to the prize pool, come and let me know in game or join the Discord. Like the video, comment, hit subscribe if you're not already. I do stream on Kick as well as YouTube now, so make sure you check that out. It's Garlico4 on Kick. And other than that, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.